Good morning, everyone. So here's something I miss a lot about being at school with you guys is playing instruments. It's so much fun to watch you guys play and to see which ones you like to play best and to see how you use them because you all use them differently. I figured it'd be nice if we made some instruments. So we might spend a couple of different weeks making instruments. But for this week, I thought it'd be nice to make one of the instruments that is the most popular, I think, among most of the percussion instruments, and that is the maracas or shaker. I have an egg shaker here, and it's just like maracas, it just doesn't have a handle on it. And this is one of the instruments that a lot of kids ask for, more than other instruments. So I thought it'd be a nice one for us to do. So making a shaker is really easy. It doesn't have to look like this. It can look however you want. It can look like anything, and you can use it out of whatever you have around the house. I certainly don't want anybody to go anywhere and buy anything. All I want you to do is use what's around the house. Now to do that, you have to kind of, get your family's okay on everything. And so have them watch this video with you and see what you guys have around the house together and make it together. Because some things you're going to need the parents' help anyway, or an older brother or sister or cousin or whoever's help. Because some of the stuff, like staples and stuff, you might not be allowed to do that by yourself. But anyway, you can use stuff that's around the house to make this, and it's really easy. There's only 4 things you need to make a maraca shaker kind of thing. 1, you need some shaky kind of stuff, the stuff that's inside the shaker that makes it sound like that. 2, something to hold it in a container like this egg, but we're going to use other stuff. And 3, something to fasten it together, because this is injection molded plastic, which we're not going to do. Like staples or tape or something like that. And then the 4th thing is something to decorate it with. And I'm sure you have a whole lot of stuff you could use, even if it's just pencils or, it could be anything. So, decide, again, with your family, decide what you have around the house, what's acceptable to have. In some of the shakers that I made here, I used beans, I've used rice, I've used uncooked rice, uncooked beans, uncooked pasta, unpopped popcorn. So I have some of those here. Here's some beans, here's some lentils. Mrs. Brooks let me show for the video. Here's some elbow macaroni that I have in one of these instruments. Here's some barley. See what your family's okay with you using. If you have popcorn, like I said, that could work just fine. And then you need something to put that into to make it shake. So some things you could use are like Dixie cups, like this. And I made some shakers out of Dixie cups. And I made this one today. Or you could use paper plates. Paper plates are really good because you could just fold them in half, tape them together, or staple them together. You could decorate the whole thing. I didn't have any paper plates, so you could use paper or cardstock or construction paper, or whatever you have in the house. This is cardstock. You might have that. Who knows? I just happen to have some, and all I did was I put some elbow macaroni in here, folded it up, put some staples around the side, and then my son decorated it for me, and it looks really nice. And it's a shaker. It sounds different, but every instrument's going to sound different. Now, the one thing I'm realizing now is that this has these staples all around here. If that's okay with your family, then fine. Otherwise, you should use some tape, or maybe you could put tape over it. And I'll talk some more about the fastenings in a few minutes. So anyway, for containers, you could use, I have my notes here. For containers, you could use paper cups, paper plates, or even just a piece of paper. I'll do one in a second. You could use a toilet paper roll or paper towel roll, and make sure that it's empty. That's sort of, like coveted stuff recently, so, you don't want to throw any of that away. So I made one out of here. I'll show you that in a few minutes. Let's see. What else? Oh, a small, like a bottle, like a juice bottle or something like that, or even a juice box. So like this juice box here, my son just finished it. I just cut off the top with a pair of scissors. You can see right in there. And then I can take some, what am we going to use? We'll put some beans in there. So take some beans right out of here. Put them right inside. Whoops. It's going to fall. Anyway, you put some beans in there, and then you close it on up, and you tape it up, and next thing you know, you have an instrument. And they can experiment, like, see what a couple of beans does, see what a handful of beans does. Don't fill up the box. It's gonna, it's just gonna be a mess. Let's see. So, whatever your family is okay with you using, then use that, and you can come up with some cool stuff. So basically, to make this, you're going to have to basically decide what you're using, and partially close up whatever it is you're using. Like when I did this toilet paper one, I just closed up one side, I stapled up one side, I put the stuff in, and I stapled up the other side. When my son decorated it for me, he did a really nice job on that with rainbows and clouds and stuff. And when I shake it, it's fun. Or this one like I already showed you. Let's make one of these right now. It'd be so easy. All you have to do, you fold the piece of paper in half, and either staple it or tape it. I'm going to use the stapler right now because it's a little easier, a little quicker for me, not easier. And I'm just going to start it off so that I can put my whatever my shaky stuff is inside. I'm going to use these beans again. And I'm just going to put it inside this little pocket that I made. And then I staple all around the whole thing. Oops. Now if you're using staples, don't use like rice inside, because rice will come out the sides, unless you have to make sure that it's all totally stapled up. Like I made sure that it's pretty well stapled. Anyway, once I staple that, I have my instrument, and now I just color it and whatever it is I want to use. So if you want to color it, all you have to do, you can use whatever you want. You can use markers, you can use pencils, you can use paint, you can use wrapping paper, you can use stickers. Here's some wrapping paper right here. I have this shaker's 2 Dixie cups. All I did was I think I put pasta in there, I might put beans in here, and then I just put the tape around the side, and it's done. And then I'm going to take some wrapping paper, and I'm going to put that around. And now it's even, so I'll make it nice, but just to show you, it's not hard. You can use whatever you want. This one, I did this one with 1 Dixie cup. I took a piece of construction paper, and I cut out a circle, and I put that circle on top and just taped it on. I put rice into this one. It's great. It works fantastic. So now, if you want to make your circle, you take your Dixie cup, you put it on your piece of paper, you just trace around the piece of paper. Then you cut out your circle, a little bit bigger than the circle, and then just tape it down onto the top of your cup after you put your stuff in. Easy. Go with your family. Go around the house. Decide what you have. Decide what you're allowed to use. Make sure it's okay with them. Make sure that they know what you're doing. Make sure you get help if you have to use scissors or if you have to use a stapler. If you're using tape, I recommend like a postal tape like this if you have it in your house. Some kind of strong tape, maybe duct tape. You might have some of that. Try not to use Scotch tape because it's not strong enough really to hold like a paper, like a toilet paper all together. Or this juice box, it might not be enough. But for that juice box, 1 piece of tape. After I have my stuff in there, 1 piece of tape goes over it. I'm done. Then I decorate it however I want. Anyway, after you make yours, you go onto the links that I'm going to give you on this assignment. Just some kid songs online. Or find your own songs. Go on with your family. Think about what songs they want you to play. Think about what songs they like. Think about what songs, you want to show them. Anything you want. Play it, then send me a video of your instrument. Show me the instrument. Tell me about it. Tell me how you made, what you used, what you put inside. And then show me you playing along with a song on a video. That's it. Done. And have fun making your instrument. Have fun playing your instrument. And play it as much as you can, and ask your family, again, when it's okay, but have a lot of fun with it. Okay, guys, I can't wait to see what you post. Thanks. Whoops. You can see I'm a real whiz with this technology.